solve your problems. They're in their 30s, disabled and queer. Agony onto a funny and modern. If you want it solved, Em and Maddie are here.
Hi, I'm Emily Dash.
And I'm Madeline Stewart. We're here on Gadigal land of the Eora Nation.
Yes, we are, and we are here to solve your problems.
100%. We're so excited to solve problems. You guys are sending in some delicious little questions to us, and they are monitored and collected by the wonderful Josh. Say hello, Josh.
Hi, guys.
Fabulous. If we have some really exciting news that we thought we'd share with you. Em?
We are going soon to Adelaide Fringe. We're very excited about it.
Yeah, I'm so keen to go to Radelaide because I've never been. Have you, Em?
No, I've never been. Well, I have once, but I think I was young, so I don't really remember.
It doesn't count. We're going to go there and have some wonderful shows for the Adelaide Fringe Festival where you can come and join us, and you send us questions on QR codes. Like, you can be part of the show and shape the show, and yeah, you can come hang out with us after the show as well.
We've already booked quite a few tickets, I think.
Yeah, so snap up your tickets. Go grab your friends. Come along. We'd love to see you at the show.
Yeah, come have a drink with us.
Yeah, come have a drink with us. Yeah, so we've spooked our show. Shall we get on to questions? Emily, what have you been thinking about this week?
So I have a bit of gossip for you, Maddie.
Gossip! I love gossip.
My apartment has a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
And I am currently involved in a turf war over the accessible parking spot.
The accessible park, a turf war over an accessible parking spot.
Yes.
Is there just one?
So, yes, there is just one. And I find myself having to move cars so that our accessible parking spot doesn't get snapped up. So it's always someone having to, coordinate who's in the parking spot at any one time so that we have access to it.
So your family is in on this petty car spot. You've dragged them in and you're, swapping cars so that you have monopoly over the spot?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And it's if one of us has to leave, then someone else...
Yeah. Someone has to get up and drive and take the spot so you guys still have it. But, I have a question.
Yes.
Are there other disabled people trying to use the spot? What's the deal? Do you have beef against someone specifically?
So I think there's only, a couple other people, and it's always just, who gets in there first.
But you want it. We
want it, yeah. We need it.
Sorry, that was such a big laugh. I don't know why that made me laugh so much. I love that you're I know there's other disabled people, but I want this more than them. I love it, though.
I mean, in fairness, if people need the spot,
of
we're
course,
happy to give it up.
But. Yeah, but you can't help but be disappointed. Can I say I'm going to weigh in on this turf war? Because last week when I came here to record...
You've been involved.
I've been involved in that turf war. We parked in that spot and then we tried to park in it again, and this person was just there, half in that spot, half in another spot, and we waited for them to shuffle up, but they just wouldn't move. Yeah, so I was involved with your turf war. So it's nice. I'm glad I'm being brought into this scenario.
It's a bonding experience.
It's nice. Really. When I leave today, do you want to follow me down and take the spot or something? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think there just needs to be more council mandated spots. There's just not enough accessible parking.
Yes, I think that's the answer to this particular problem.
But isn't that infuriating when, there's, this is an apartment building, there's one spot, but then you'll go to, some places where the whole bottom floor of the parking lot is all accessible parking. I feel so powerful when I go into that spot. Because I'm like, oh, you guys have to line up and go upstairs. I'm parking right at the door and I feel like a queen. I love an accessible parking permit.
Well, it's not even just about the accessible spots. It's just about coordinating who else is in the spots that are down there at any time.
Yeah.
Because, again, there's only a limited amount of parking.
Yeah. And also, like,
So,
you
like-
require curbside assistance.
Absolutely. So, like, we're not, to be clear, we're not taking spots that we don't need.
Yeah, you're not hogging the spots.
Also talking about the other parking around.
Yeah, just general parking around Sydney. There's never any accessible parking.
Yes.
It's terrible. Also, another pet peeve of mine when it comes to accessible parking, you know how they have there's like 2 accessible parking spots and then in the middle, and it's usually in shopping centres, they have that striped out bit because, you know, we need extra space. Some people need extra spaces to go like in and out and stuff of their car. So they have those spots that are striped out like do not park. People leave their trolleys there all the time or they'll park in it. I once verbally abused a young man. I just yelled at him from my car because I was parking in the accessible spot and it was a P-plater, just like drove and parked in the striped out spot that you're not supposed to be in. You're supposed to keep clear. And he parked and I put down my window and I let him have it.
Oh, yeah, people can get really,
Yeah. And
into these things. That makes me feel better about my life, though.
Yeah. Yeah, at least you're not an asshole taking the middle spot.
Yes.
Yeah, you're doing okay. You've got a permit, which is more than most people who use the spot.
And, yeah, I don't steal it from other disabled people.
But the temptation at Christmas
But
time
the
to rent it out, hey.
The temptation is strong.
It is. It is, isn't it? But we're good. We're very good. We're disability advocates. We've got to lead by example. We're treating our permits correctly for those of you worried.
What is on your mind, Maddie?
Yes, I have something on my mind. I want to talk about dogs, Emily. You and I are big dog fans. We love them.
I'm definitely more of a dog person than a cat person.
Same. I'm allergic to cats. I love them, but I'm allergic to them. But I have this issue with this little dog that comes and visits me. I have a friend who brings their dog over from time to time, and you know how much I love gorgeous doggies, and I want to make sure the little doggies are comfortable in my home. And I think my friend's dog is autistic. And I've read somewhere that scientists believe that dogs can have autism. So,
Okay, but how does that manifest?
hear me out. I've brought my receipts to prove that this dog's autistic.
Yes.
Very sensitive to sound that the dog doesn't understand. If there's a toy that crinkles, if there's like a water bottle that crinkles and he doesn't understand it, he gets very uncomfortable and confused and distressed.
Autistic, yes.
Yeah, he doesn't like certain sensory feelings. He doesn't like a raspberry. He doesn't like a, one of those. I can't do a raspberry apparently.
Does anybody though?
Yeah, no one does. But he definitely doesn't like a raspberry. And I've had to stop or change the way that I pat the dog. Because if you pat the dog in a certain rhythm, he gets distressed, he gets overstimulated. It genuinely is like the dog's getting overstimulated. So we have to have like a very gentle, calm, slow pats. The dog won't wee anywhere that isn't the park across the street. We'll only wee in very specific. But what is autism and what is just dog?
What's ironic about that though is you hear all these things about patting dogs being good for your blood pressure, but having to manage how you pat a dog must actually be very stressful.
I thought you were going to say we talk about how patting dogs helps us with our blood pressure, but what about the dog's blood pressure? That poor little dog, if you pat him wrong, is probably about to burst, poor thing.
Yes, poor thing.
So I've just decided, last time the dog came over, I thought I'm going to experiment and treat this dog like they are one of my friends with autism. And so I lowered the sensory of the space. I got the textures that the dog enjoys being near or on, and I put it around. And he seemed fine. He seemed much more comfortable.
So you created a sensory-friendly space for a dog.
Yes, I think that's a business.
I feel like you really could go into business.
We could monetize sensory spaces for canines.
Yes.
It's a vibe.
I feel not for cats.
No, I don't think that they'd care.
No. Cats.
I
They
think
don't really care.
cats are psychopaths.
Yes, I think cats are psychopaths too. I very much like dogs better.
Yeah. I agree. Sorry, people who like cats, if you're listening and or watching. Dogs are better. I don't know what to say. No one here is fighting for you. So maybe message us. Let us know what it is about cats that you like, because I can't.
I had some very nice cats. I grew up with 3 cats. They're all a bit weird.
Yeah,
But
I grew up with cats too. I think as a kid I liked having a cat around, but as an adult, no.
I had a cat that was definitely autistic. Yep.
Really? Yeah. I think neurodivergency is in animals.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I like neurodivergent people, so it seems to follow that I would also attract neurodivergent animals.
The Pied Piper of neurodivergency, Emily Dash. They're all drawn to you.
Proudly.
I love that. Great. So I'm glad that you can help me with my little issue around the autistic dog. Do you have any tips that maybe you think I've missed?
I don't, but I would like to see you turn this into a business. I really want to be on board with that.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Someone will poach that. Copyright.
Correct.
Copyright. Hashtag Madeline Stewart content.
Or something.
I don't know if
Should
that
we go
protects
to
me.
a question?
Yeah, cool. Enough rambling from us.
About
Josh.
cats and dogs and autism.
Yeah. Josh, have you got a cute question for us?
I sure do have a question for you. If you were a cult leader, what would your cult look like?
Well, I feel that you're witnessing it really, because a cult is about charismatic leaders convincing everyone to listen to them.
Have we made a little cult? Emma, Maddie, make a cult? Is that our second season?
I think we're on the way, but it's a very friendly cult.
It's a nice one. There's no Kool-Aid.
Oh, no.
Is that too much of a dark joke to make?
Maybe, yes. No, there's definitely no Kool-Aid.
Yeah. There are some real good cults, Em. We'd be competing with the best.
I like to watch documentaries about cults. I don't think that cults should exist.
Yes. I'm not a big culty girl. I'm opposed to cults. We do not believe it. We do not like them. Cults are naughty, very naughty. However, very interesting. I love watching documentaries about cults. And you see the techniques of the way they get into your brain. I find it so interesting, fascinating.
Thing is, they're all the same.
Yeah.
So it's like all the same playbook. You watch different documentaries about different cults and it has like the same formula to it.
Yeah.
So if we really wanted to build a cult,
We'd
could
be
build
real
a cult.
good at it.
Yes.
I love this. Do you know what cult I'm obsessed with? The Mother Earth one, the one where she turned blue.
Oh, the one that's called Love Has Won.
Yeah, there's a doco
That's
on it.
the doco called
Yeah.
Love Has Won. Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Also Twin Flames.
Oh, I love Twin Flames. Nothing like a YouTube cult and getting
Again-
followers and then to monetize it. Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Again, we're on YouTube. So maybe you're my twin flame, Maddie. Who knows?
Do you know what? I reckon we could be cute little twin flames.
I think so, yes.
Those of you listening who don't know what twin flame is, Em, do you want to briefly?
A twin flame is like your soulmate, I guess. But it's a soulmate that's not gonna just come into your life and bring peace or joy or like whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna bring some, growth or change for you, and their goal is to make you into a better person or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
something like that. There is a Taylor Swift lyric also about twin flames.
Here we go, the Taylor Swift lyric of the episode.
All too well.
Yeah.
If the twin flame bruise paints you blue, that is the lyric.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yes.
Very, very demure, very
Poetic.
mindful, very poetic.
Very sweet.
different, very nice. I love twin flames because there was a moment in that documentary, if you haven't watched it, definitely go see it, where people were being told that their twin flame was just like a random ex-boyfriend, and then they'd stalk them, and then they'd get arrested, but they wouldn't stop stalking because they're like, it's my twin flame. I've got to be with my twin flame. And then they're like, why am I being arrested for stalking? It's because your twin flame isn't interested in you. They don't like you. They don't even know who you are, really. Leave them alone.
But the thing is, the one that I find really crazy about that is that heterosexual people were paired up with twin flames that were the same sex.
Yeah, and they were like, I'm not attracted to this person, but I'm being told they're because, there was a point where you couldn't choose your twin flame, where you were given a twin flame.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go back to the question. If we had a cult,
Yes.
how do we do it?
Well, as I've been thinking about this, we're essentially making a cult right now because we're charismatic people making people listen to us.
I certainly hope it's like a cult classic.
Definitely a cult classic.
That's the kind of cult I can get behind.
Classic in terms of a cult following, but we don't want an actual cult.
No, that's yucky. We don't want to control anyone.
No, absolutely not.
No. But yeah, I love that idea though. Thank you for the compliment, I guess.
Correct.
That we're charismatic and people might want to join a cult.
Yes.
Don't give us ideas, everyone. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Okay. How do you respond when someone on Hinge asks, can you still have sex within the first day of messaging you when you're in a wheelchair? I mean, this question's probably more geared towards M than you, Maddie, but...
What do
have
you
a crack.
mean? What do you mean? No, Em, this is for you.
Plenty of people think that I can't have sex.
Really?
Yeah. It's like a massive assumption that people make that I can't have sex just because I'm in a wheelchair. And I always just go, I don't know, do you want me to show you?
Yeah. Yeah, what are they expecting?
Do you want a demonstration? Is this...
It's like when you receive your first wheelchair, the doctor's like, now, Emily, it's time for us to remove your vagina and all sexual urges. It's a swap. It's what you get when you get the wheelchair. You sign the contract.
Correct.
Like Ariel, you give up your sexual desire but it's the other way. She gets legs, you get a wheelchair.
We are 100% on this podcast saying that disabled people can have sex, good sex, and lots of sex.
Yes, I can vouch for that.
Yes. No, but I think it depends how I'm feeling on a day as to how I deal with questions like that. If someone was to ask me that on an online forum, I probably just wouldn't go on a date with them.
Yeah.
I think that would be a red flag for me.
Yeah,
Because it's
100%.
also a weird thing of do you have some sort of weird fetish?
Yes, that is something to consider when you're online dating.
Or not weird fetish, but just a
We're
fetish.
not yucking anyone's yum, but we do yuck people's way of approaching people when discussing their yums.
Correct.
So, yeah, I find that when people just ask me inappropriate questions, whether it's about my sex life or about what happened to me or, just random questions I don't want to ask, especially if it's online, I'll ignore it. I don't have to answer that.
Yes.
They don't deserve an answer from me. They can Google how do people lose limbs? They can Google it. Can disabled people have sex? You can Google it. It's in your pocket. You're fine. You
Yes,
could just
there's
Google it.
probably video. If it really floats your boat, there's probably all sorts of videos.
Yeah, there's probably some real wonderful, kinky little videos on there. Maybe not the best form of disability advocacy, although who knows? I would love to see some disability advocacy porn.
Yes.
How would that even work out? I don't know. Very consensual, very lovely.
Yes.
I think there should be more disabled porn. But like,
Me too.
But like good
But
disabled
good-
porn, not like
yes,
the yucky
not
ones.
exploitative, yes.
Exactly. I would love to see more disabled people getting their rocks off on YouPorn or whatever they
Correct.
watch it on.
Me too.
But yeah, they should. I think they should be.
Equality in all things.
Do you know? I heard that that porn websites were some of the first accessible things, like audio described porn, subtitled porn, like access wise.
Wow.
That's what I heard around the block. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's the rumor I heard, that a lot of our access stuff, porn was one of the first places to put it into place.
I reckon Bridgerton, when you listen to the audio description of Bridgerton,
That's nice.
that's basically softcore porn.
Oh, yeah. I recommend it. If no one has listened to the audio description of Bridgerton, do it. Do it right now. I mean, not now, after the podcast when you finish it. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's our tip for the week. But yeah, no, I think online dating can be so tricky when you're a person with disability. Like,
Yeah.
you're right. How much do you disclose? Because you don't want to draw in predators.
No. And I know of people who have not disclosed until they've actually been on a physical first date, which I think is a good way to do things, because
Yeah.
you can write letters or emails or whatever it is and get to know each other outside of that before you disclose.
Yeah, I reckon a great way, if you feel like you need to disclose your disability before the date, is just being like, oh, I'm just double checking the access of the place, the restaurant we're going to.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great way to slip it in.
That would be a good way.
Or just rock up and be like it matters, and then just really, yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, and you'd be like, is there something in my teeth or what am I
Exactly,
missing?
just pretend like there's absolutely no news.
Yes.
Be like, what are you talking about? Oh. I really have a little gaslight if they're mean about it.
We don't advocate gaslighting.
We do not
on this.
advocate gaslighting. That was a terrible joke. But yeah, I think you're right. You can handle it however you feel fit when it comes to, but responding to people on online, on Hinge and on those little apps.
Things.
But always take care of yourself. And if someone's asking you questions, you don't have to answer them, and you can feel very free to tell them to go have a hike or whatever you want to say in a less nice way. Is that what you'd do?
Yes.
Just tell them to get lost?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of their business what you do and how you do it.
No.
Cute. Another question, Josh?
I recently had a strange situationship showmance with someone. We're doing another season, but since finishing, they've ghosted me. How should I deal with this?
Oh, a showmance is the best romance.
Oh, yes.
A showmance, for those at home, is like a romance in the confines of a production or a show.
Yes.
I love that. It's very Elizabeth Taylor.
My idea with this would be just to live your best life
Yeah.
and show that person what they're missing.
Yeah, do the Kate Middleton. That's what she did. Apparently, when she broke up with Prince William and they had that little moment, she went off clubbing, partying, looking fabulous, and then he got jealous and look who came crawling back. And
Wow.
now, look at her.
Yeah. I feel like social media and photos and things are good for that.
Make him jealous. Go live your life. Look fantastic. Yeah. But also, do you want someone who just dumped you and then came crawling back? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think a showmance is beautiful. Remember it for what it was.
Yeah. maybe leave things where they are.
Yeah.
It was good for that one.
Have you ever had a showmance?
Oh, I'm not going to tell all my secrets, Maddie.
I had a little showmance when I was in high school.
You did?
Yeah, I can say this. I was in a production of Sound of Music, and I had a fling with the person who played the dad in Sound of Music, but I was the naughty nun. I only had a few scenes, but I snuck the communion wine and made it really funny because, you know, no small parts, only small actors then.
Feel like you would be a really good naughty nun.
Yeah. I think that's... when I was little, I wanted to be a nun. That was like my dream job.
I don't think you'd be a very good actual nun.
No, I didn't realise they were Catholic. I thought they were just women wearing matching black dresses, eating fresh produce and singing songs. What's not to like? But back to it. What was even the question? My ADHD. Showmance. Yes. So I was a nun. He was Captain Von Trapp. And we had a cute little showmance in year 10. And then he dumped me because I wasn't Christian enough.
Oh.
It's a Christian school.
I feel like...
Yeah. Damn, that's sinful, Maddie.
That's... Of all the reasons to get dumped, I feel like that's a pretty
Yeah.
tame one.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
After all these years, I
You're
think I made a
fine
great
with your
decision. So I'm glad I left that showmance behind. You know,
Yes.
it was cute while it lasted. But, you know, in the light of day as well, when the show's no longer happening, the romance isn't as exciting.
Yes, I would agree. I think that if something is formed in the confines of, you know, a particular situation, then maybe when that's over, it's not quite as exciting.
When Captain Von Trapp doesn't have his cute little blazer on, is he even cute? Nah.
No.
I love that. Yeah, so
I feel like you're going to break into song now.
the hills are alive. No. I love that. Yeah, so showmance, keep it there. Also, I encourage more of our listeners to have more showmances.
Or just romances.
Romances, yeah, get out there, get flirting.
Yes. I think you can live your life with romance even when you don't have a partner. If we define romance as like a bit of magic and a bit of spirit.
Yeah.
Sensuality.
Oh, yeah. I think induce a little bit of romance, a little sprinkle of it in your everyday life. Romanticize everything. Go have your morning coffee in like a beautiful cafe in the prettiest outfit you own and listen to like gorgeous romantic music and pretend you're in a film.
Yes.
Is that what you do? I do that.
I do that quite a lot, actually, I have to say.
I feel like we're doing it today. We're both in very flowy dresses.
It's all very romantic here at Em and Maddie.
Should we kiss?
Yes. Imagine how many views we would get for that.
Imagine we'd go top of the charts.
Straight up. Josh, let's have another question.
Okay. My auntie is a hairdresser and has cut my and my whole family's hair for free. But I hate how she cuts my hair. How do I navigate this without causing family drama?
My thing with that is that it sounds like she's cut the hair all the same. So it says my and my family's hair.
Like everyone gets a bowl cut.
Yes. That's what I'm picturing here. And that would be a real problem for me.
Yeah, I feel like hairdressing, giving feedback to your hairdresser is so tricky. And when they're like a family member, oh gosh, because you don't want them to take it personally if you're like, I didn't want a bob.
So my mum cuts my hair.
Does she?
Lucky she's good at cutting my hair.
Yeah, your hair's quite nice. No bowl cut. I've never, you've always looked fabulous.
No. But really, how do you navigate that? Like...
Oh, I think bring pictures. You could bring pictures. You could frame it in a way like, hey, I know we usually have this same haircut, but I'm going wild. I want this particular look. Or you could lie and say, go see a different hairdresser, and when the auntie asks, be like, oh, my friend bought me a salon voucher for my birthday and I wanted to use it. But that would get you only one off haircut. So elaborate lies? Is that my advice? Is that what I'm going with?
I think that's an ethical lie. I like it.
Yeah, sometimes we need to lie ethically.
Yes.
A little lie doesn't hurt, right? Unless you're caught.
Absolutely.
Don't get caught. That's my
No,
advice.
but how do you manage it do you say anything about a haircut that's already been done?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all about how you sell it. As they say, you can get away with everything. It just comes down to style.
Yes.
You just gotta zhuzh it up. You gotta sell it to your auntie in a way like, oh, I can't believe I've had to go to someone else, but you know I love you the most. But now I've moved into the city. I've got to go see someone closer. Or maybe there's some way you can get around it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can just tell your mum, be like, I hate the way auntie does my hair, fix it. And then you can offload it to someone else.
Oh, that would cause a lot of family drama, I feel.
Yeah, that would be worse, wouldn't it? I'm terrible at this advice. And you give some advice. What would you do?
What would I do? I would definitely say something?
Would you go up to the auntie straight up and be like, hey, hate my hair. Let's do something different.
No, let's not do that. But again, there are ways to be tactful about these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon photos. I reckon like, oh, I saw this film and they had a great photo. Gentle redirection. That's a good advice.
Yes.
Okay, we've solved it. These are so tricky, Em. I don't know. We need more context about the family.
Yes.
Yeah, it depends on the family, isn't it? If this is from like a big Italian family, they're never going to let it go.
No.
If you have a huge family that's very interwoven into your life, they'll never let this go. They'll be talking about this for Christmas for 20 years.
Absolutely, and you just don't want to have to deal with that, do you?
Yeah, so everything comes at a cost. I would just keep getting that terrible haircut, you know?
Oh, wow, yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe watch a YouTube video and learn to cut your own hair.
Oh, yeah, be self-sufficient.
Be self-sufficient, yeah, and then just blame the economy.
Yes.
Got to blame something on it.
The economy is to blame for all things.
Yeah, she'll be like, what do you mean? These are free haircuts. And you'll be like, nah, sorry, auntie, the economy. Just keep saying the economy as you back out of the house and into your car and drive away. Just head out the window. It's the economy, auntie. And then drive away.
Should we get another question?
Yes.
Okay, well, once again, it is time for our favourite little segment
yes.
of the week, Dolly Doctors,
Woo, woo, woo.
where, once again, I have gone through old Dolly magazines, deep into the sealed section, and pulled out some wonderful questions for you two to answer as best you can. This question comes from Upset in WA. I was out with my best friend when we ran into her old crush. He started dancing with me and we kissed. The next thing I heard was that my best friend had left in tears. Now she won't speak to me, but I really like this guy and we've seen each other since. How can I convince her of my point of view?
Look. Again, I think it depends on context, because how past is this crush, right? Like, if
Is it recent?
Is it a recent crush?
It's at least 2005.
No, but I mean, like, within...
I don't mean how long has the question been asked for. We meant like how long has the crush been? Oh my gosh.
Like,
Is
if
it a
it's
2
like,
week?
if it's like that crush has been only recently happening,
Yeah.
then I think you might have some explaining to do with your friend.
How much was the severity of the crush? Was it just a fleeting like, oh yeah, cute? Or is it like, I'm obsessed with them? You know how like teenage girls are. You remember being a teenage girl.
Yes.
Like crushes were beyond. Do you remember like I look back at my friends and myself and like how we behaved around our crushes in school, and now I'd be like, whoa, that's almost like, that's kind of creepy. Like the amount that we knew about our crushes, like we knew where they lived, like when it came to assembly, we're like, oh, that's their parents, and you know, we'd know their schedule of what classes they had when, so we could bump into each other.
Okay, so I have to tell you a story about this.
Yes.
Madeline, I had a crush when I was like, I'm going to say 11.
Okay.
No, 10.
Okay. Primary
And-
school crush.
Primary school crush. And he was my best friend's older brother.
Oh, I love a best friend's older brother crush. I've been there. They're so cute.
Yeah. And I decided to sing him a song in our school library.
Oh my God. How did it go? Did you make it for him?
Yes, I wrote him a song and then I sang it to him.
Was it?
And he was like, so I was in, this is a true story.
Oh,
man.
Em.
So I was in like 5th grade and he was like in 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like 3 years older than me or something.
Yeah.
But he was so nice about it. You could tell, and looking back, I can tell that he was so embarrassed, but he just took it. And like, this is literally in my school
Oh
library.
my gosh. That's the cutest thing I've ever heard, Em. That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard. May I share probably the silliest thing I've ever done for a crush to get their attention?
Yeah.
And at the end, I'm going to ask you a very important question. So I had a crush on this boy and we were locker buddies in that his locker was above my locker. And it's like 2 lockers on top of each other. So I'd see him every day and I thought, oh, perfect. I've been assigned a locker with my crush. I'm going to use this opportunity to get to know him and befriend him. And I noticed he always kept his locker unlocked. So one day I baked him a cake.
Okay.
Because I liked him so much, and I made the cake look like the locker, and I piped locker buddies on the cake. I put it in his locker, and he really liked it. It was the day that I was on an excursion because I thought I'm not going to be there to see him. It would be embarrassing. So I just put it in his locker without him knowing, closed it, went on the excursion. Next day, he said how much he loved it, and he ate the whole thing.
Oh my God, I love
My question to you is, Em, how old was I when I did this?
I want to say like 14.
I was 17 years old.
Oh my God, that is even cuter. My God, I love it. That's so
It's
innocent.
not the only time I've baked a cake for a boy that I've liked.
Okay, has it ever gone badly?
I mean, my locker buddy cake, no romance came from it. He ate it all himself because he was a big stoner and he was probably real hungry. So he smashed the cake. And do you know what? He messaged me only like a few years ago to say that he thinks about the cake all the time and he loved it and he thought it was really nice of me to do it.
God.
So, yeah.
Romance.
It's nice, but I'm like, you had your chance, okay, and you blew it.
Romance.
You can't come back now and ask for more cake.
Romance is not dead.
Yeah.
Maddie has her cake.
I will bake a cake for romance.
Wow.
I think now as an adult, people would respond well to that.
I think yes. I would definitely respond well to cake.
But to answer the Dolly Doctor question, I think that's a dog move, man. Like, you knew your friend had a crush on this fella. What are you doing? You just don't pass your friend's crush.
Oh, at some level, at a certain point, I'm just like, go for it.
Really?
Yes.
They made their best friend cry.
As long as it's not, they had a crush on this person like a week ago.
Yeah, I think...
life is too short.
Yeah, I
Love
think let
who you
time
love.
settle it. Like, how long should you wait till you pounce on your friend's crush?
I don't know, like a year.
A year? I thought maybe 6 months.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
You're leaping at that opportunity. Yeah, no, cut that in half. 6 months.
Yeah, no, life's too short. Upset, go for it. Your friend will get over it, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, let us know 10 years later, 20 years later. Yeah. But I'll stick by bake a cake for people you have a crush on. It'll work. Sing them a song.
I actually heard of someone else doing something like that just the other day. So maybe baking cakes is like a popular...
I think there should be a resurgence of cake making.
We love
I think
cake.
Josh has given us the signal that it's wrap-up time. Should we do one more question?
Okay.
My Facebook friend has joined a fucking weird multi-level marketing scheme. Now she's trying to get me to join her weird leggings selling cult. What do I do?
It's a cult. Run!
Oh, lol, I could have written this question. I didn't thank you to whoever wrote this question, but there are so many people I know that are in, like, weird MLM things, which are cults.
Yeah, get out of them. If your business structure looks like a pyramid, run.
Yes, it's like a thing.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Yes. I think be supportive of the people if they are enjoying their little business thing, but...
Don't give them money.
Yes, no, don't get involved.
Do not get involved. Yeah, I think that's a great decision. There is nothing to discuss. Cults are naughty. Don't be involved in them. And, these are structured for you to lose money and to look like a silly goose. And then you're stuck with all these leggings that you're never going to sell and they're going to go mouldy in your garage. You're going to lose money.
Yeah, they smell.
Yeah, they smell. They always smell. Oh, those pyramid schemes, no matter what they're selling, it always stinks because it's kept in a warehouse.
Yes.
You're better than that.
Yes, absolutely. Madeline has spoken.
I've spoken. You're classy. You don't need a pyramid scheme to prove yourself. You're better than that. So that's all we have time for, Em.
Oh, no, Maddie, I can't wait to do another episode with you.
It's been so much fun. Thank you, everybody, for sending in your questions. We love them. Please keep sending them in to us. You can message us on Instagram or you can email us at emmamaddiesolveyourproblems@gmail.com. Now, one last task is to buy their tickets for Adelaide Fringe.
Yes,
where can we do that?
Please buy your tickets from the Adelaide Fringe website, I believe.
Yeah, we're in Adelaide in March. So come hang out with us.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you've had an excellent time and we'll catch you next week.